Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you would please find your table, find your seats. We're just about ready to begin the 56th Annual Lincoln Day Dinner. Please find your seat.
I can't give you anything but love, baby. That's the only thing I've plenty of, baby. Scheme a while, dream a while, you're sure to find happiness. And I guess all the things you always plan for. Gee, I'd like to see you looking swell, baby. Diamond bracelets, Woolworths doesn't sell, baby. Till that lucky day, you know darn well, baby, I can't give you anything but
Ladies and gentlemen, final call for you to please find your seat. Final call. We'd like to close the doors in the back. All those who are standing in the back, if you would please find your table. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are standing, we would ask you to please find your seat. There'll be plenty of time for some great conversation over dinner. Thank you for all those who have found their seat. Final call to please find your table, please find your seat. Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 56th annual Collin County Lincoln Day dinner of the Collin County Republican Party. We are excited that you are here, and we know that you are excited to be here. So please give yourselves a big round of applause for attending this fabulous gala. My name is John Myers, and thank you, and I serve as your Collin County Republican Party chairman. This evening, I am honored to also serve as your master of ceremonies. First, let me just say how fabulous, by the way, that live band was out there in the foyer. Guys, we appreciate so much your music. That was awesome. We are all very pleased and excited about the outstanding program and the keynote speaker that we have this evening. So please, relax and get ready to enjoy yourselves. Oh, and by the way, I need to tell you that there are many studies that show that if you spend money, you feel better. So, I want you to make sure you bid on those silent auction items, on those live auction items, and remember that tonight you are helping a great cause. So, with that being said, let's get started. This is a Republican event. And as such, we, Republicans, we start things off with a word of prayer, and we also start things off with the pledges to the United States flag and the Texas flag. This evening, we are also very pleased and honored to have United States Congressman Keith Self will be giving the invocation. Followed by the presenting of the colors by the Collin County Sheriff's Office Honor Guard. Immediately following the presenting of the colors, we will have our pledges to the U.S. and Texas flag, followed by a very special rendition of our national anthem. And now, ladies and gentlemen, representing us with real conservative Texas values in Washington, D.C., and boy, don't they need it. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to welcome to the stage behind me United States Congressman representing the 3rd Congressional District of Texas, the Honorable Keith Self, who will be leading the invocation.
Would you pray with me? Lord God Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, who sets up kings and disposes them, thank you for the freedom to gather to celebrate as Republicans and rejoice in our unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. As we face perilous times in America, we remember Benjamin Franklin. The longer I live, the more convincing proofs I see of this truth, that God governs in the affairs of men. And if a sparrow cannot fall to the ground without his notice, is it probable that an empire can rise without his aid? And today, Lord, we add or sustain our nation in our time of need. May we return to this truth. Give us the heart of a lion as we engage in the animating contest of freedom, as we work to make America the shining city on a hill that Jonathan Winthrop envisioned in 1630. Lord, we do not present our prayers before you on account of our righteousness, but because of your great mercies. We worship you and praise you for your providence in America, and we pray that we will turn to you as a nation. In your great and mighty name, I pray. Amen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please stand for the presenting of the colors by the Collin County Sheriff's Honor Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, leading us in the pledge to the United States flag is Gina Malucci, Wiley City Council, followed by Michael Slaughter, former council member and mayor pro tem of Parker, who will be leading us in the pledge to the Texas flag.
Would you please join me on reciting the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join me in honoring the Texas flag for the greatest state in the nation. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Gino, and thank you, Michael. Ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged to have a star with us in the national Christian music scene. Singing our national anthem of the United States of America this evening will be Natasha Owens. As many of you know, Natasha is a Texas-based recording artist signed under the Radiant Music label. She is also a worship leader, the host of Valiant Event, a national Christian women's conference, and most recently, she is fresh from singing at Mar-a-Lago with President Trump. Natasha's many albums include We Will Rise, which, by the way, won the Inspirational Album of the Year at the National We Love Christian Music Awards, along with other albums. Yes, along with her other albums, including No One But You, Christmas Memories, and others. Ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a real treat. Please welcome to the stage Natasha Owens.
Oh, say
Thank you. You may be seated. Once again, how about that Sheriff's Office Honor Guard? Fantastic. And of course, Natasha, thank you for an outstanding national anthem. It was awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, now you can relax, kick back, and enjoy some food. We'll be back to see you in a few minutes. Thank you.
In the heart of Collin County, where the spirit of conservatism beats strong, there's a rallying cry to protect the very principles that define our identity. Welcome to the Collin County Republican Party, where your involvement is the driving force behind preserving our conservative ideals. We believe in the enduring values that have shaped our cities, the great state of Texas, and our nation. A commitment to individual liberty, the importance of limited government, the protection of private property, the recognition of inalienable rights, and equality for every citizen. Now is the time to answer the call, to join us, to volunteer with the Collin County Republican Party. Volunteering with the party gives you the opportunity to actively defend the conservative principles that make our community stronger. It's about ensuring that our core values are preserved for future generations. From promoting limited government to safeguarding private property rights, your involvement can be a powerful force for positive change. Whether it's supporting candidates who champion these values, engaging in educational initiatives, or participating in grassroots campaigns, there's a role for every volunteer. Join us as we work together to safeguard the bedrock principles that make our community exceptional. Collin County, let's stand united for the conservative principles that make our community strong. Volunteer with the Collin County Republican Party today and be a guardian of our conservative ideals. The Collin County Republican Party, preserving conservative principles. Get involved today.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you continue to eat, we're going to be recognizing some very special people. As you can imagine, putting on a Lincoln Day dinner is not an easy task. But we have a great set of volunteers, and they're all headed up by one fantastic lady. At this time, I would like to ask our Lincoln Day Chair, Deanna Kirkendall, would you please come to the stage at this time? Deanna is working her way here towards the stage. I see her coming. As Deanna makes her way to the stage, I would like to ask if anyone here in this room, all the people that were involved, if you were emailing, if you were helping set the tables, if you were in registration desks, if you were out involved in the silent auction, all the things, any aspect of making this great Lincoln Day possible, would you please stand and be recognized of our volunteers? Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage our 5 years in a row, the Lincoln Day Chair, Deanna Kirkendall. Deanna, come forward, please. So, Deanna, this is just a small token of our thanks. You guys have to understand, 5 years Deanna has been in charge of Lincoln Day dinners, and I will tell you something. Every one of those 5 years, if you go back through time, the top 5 producing Lincoln Day dinners were under the direction of Deanna Kirkendall. Deanna, thank you so much for what you do. Thank you to your husband. Thank you for being a wonderful volunteer. And by the way, Deanna also happens to be the second vice chairman of the Collin County Republican Party. So thank you, Deanna. Thank you. By the way, I need to give a special shout out to Terry Wade, our executive director. Terry runs the office. She's great with the volunteers. Terry, thank you so much for the energy you put into your job, and thank you for keeping me in line. Believe me, she does that. Also, we need to recognize folks like our secretary of the Collin County Republican Party, Sue Reeves. Our fantastic finance team of Jim, Dan, and Christine for all you do in the finance area. Our elections administrator, Lisa Babb, thank you. Our first vice chair, Pat Greer. Our parliamentarian, Stephen Bolin. And of course, all of our precinct chairs, all the members of the Collin County Republican Party Executive Committee. Thank you for all you do for this party. We need to recognize our event sponsors. A special shout out to the following major donor sponsors. United States Congressman Keith Self, major donor and sponsor. Byron and Mary Henry, major donor sponsor. Sheriff Jim Skinner and the Honorable Judge Ellen Skinner, major donor sponsor. Plunk Smith, major donor sponsor. Thank you. Awesome, guys. Absolutely wonderful. Michael Slaughter for Collin County Commissioner, the underwriter for the jewelry pull, and major donor sponsor. Michael, thank you for all you do. In addition, we need to recognize the following individuals and candidates and elected and candidate sponsors for their buying major tables this evening. Suzanne Harp for U.S. Congress. State Board of Education, Pam Little. State District Court Judge George Flint. State District Court Judge Brooke Folks. State District Judge Cindy Wheelis. Kim Lassiter for District Judge. Abraham George for State Representative. Darren Mize for State Representative. Carissa Richardson for State Representative. Collin County Judge Chris Hill. Jim Garrison for County Commissioner. Constable Matt Carpenter. Constable Sammy Knapp. Mike Rumsfeld for Constable. Scott Grigg for Tax Assessor Collector. Cam McCall for Tax Assessor Collector. Mark and Tiffany Hill. Frisco City Councilman John Keating. Wiley City Councilman Gino Malitzky. Thank you, Gino. SREC Senate District 8 Committeeman Jim Pickle. Ellen Lovelace for GOP Chair. And of course, our very loyal friends of the Collin GOP sponsors, including the Honorable Fred Moses with Telecom Electric Supply. And of course, long time GOP sponsors and supporters, Chuck and Julie O'Reilly. And a very special shout out to the McKinney Police Association. And of course, one of our great sponsors, Napoli's Italian Restaurant in Wiley. And by the way, we always have great participation with our Republican clubs. This year, we are very pleased to let you know that 3 of our Collin County GOP club sponsors have tied for the most number of tables at tonight's events. So, a big shout out to these 3 clubs sponsors in Collin County, including the Collin County Republican Men's Club, the Republican Club at Heritage Ranch, and Republican Women of Greater North Texas. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to conclude these special remarks, but before I do, it's now the appropriate time to tell you a little bit about your Collin County Republican Party. Let me tell you right now, the state of the party is strong. It is very strong. We are in the midst of another sold-out Lincoln Day dinner, approaching 900 of you folks being here this evening. The Lincoln Day dinner raises funds for the ongoing operational expenses of our Collin County Republican Party. The funds we raise tonight will pay for important things to get election success in November, including block walks, text campaigns, email campaigns, yard sign placement campaigns, poll greeters being trained and scheduled, poll watchers being trained and scheduled, fundraising team activities, what we call GOTV, which stands for Get Out the Vote for Republicans. We will be sponsoring new voter registration drives. We will schedule and implement them. We will have a huge kickoff Labor Day rally to bring us into the home stretch and into a November victory. All of these things are funded by what we do tonight. And one final thing, ladies and gentlemen, I need to tell you. People ask me, they task me, they say, John, it seems like we have more people running in this primary than ever before. Isn't that a problem, John? And my response to that is, it is absolutely not a problem. In fact, it shows how vibrant our Collin County Republican Party is. We have more people than ever involved in our party who are willing to step up and who want to become the standard bearers of our conservative values and principles. There is one thing that I leave you, and that is this. I don't know who the winners will be in our primary elections, but I do know this, that after the primary, we must all come together and support whoever the Republican nominees are. If there's only one thing you take home with you this evening, it should be this: that any Republican, no matter who they are running in Collin County, any Republican is going to be far better than the woke, progressive leftists that the Democrats will be putting up with their candidates in November. Do not forget that. What unites us as Republicans are our conservative core values and principles. We must never forget that. And ladies and gentlemen, it is on to victory in November. And now, as you continue to finish your food, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to honor those Republican volunteers that have passed over the last several months. And every year at this time at Lincoln Day, we have an honor roll of those individuals. So at this time, I would ask you to please watch the screen. Thank you so much, and we miss those great folks that you just saw scroll across the screen. As many of you know, the highest award that the Collin County Republican Party has to give is our John King McVeigh Award. This milestone award is presented annually at our Lincoln Day dinner to the individual who have over time made major and significant personal and or financial contributions to the Collin County Republican Party. As stated, this is our most prestigious award, and it is given to those over many years of service. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Richard Dodson and Kathy Ward as they will be announcing the 2024 recipient of the John King McVeigh Award, and we've also asked past award winners to please come on stage and stand on stage to be honored as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Richard and Kathy.
Are we having fun yet? Huh? Kathy, do you remember when you received the award? What was the attendance?
Not anything like this. This is a sold-out crowd, standing room only. This is awesome.
When I received the reward in 2006, I don't think we had 300.
Well, then we
How
have
about
improved.
how about this growth, huh? Unbelievable. Now, just a second. I'm missing a piece of paper. We're going to be lost. Hey, our chairman. Hey, John.
Oh, we might be missing a very important piece of
Yeah,
paper.
John. Let's look here. I left it under here.
While
Just a
y'all
second.
are getting to that, I'm going to talk
Page
a little
3.
bit about John McVeigh. Thank you all so much, and it's so great to have so many fellow recipients up here on stage with us. And afterwards, because I'm a former teacher, so I'm always giving directions afterwards, if all of the former award winners and tonight's award winner would meet down over there so we can get a picture. John McVeigh was born in 1897 in Mississippi and lived here in Collin County for many, many years until he died in 1974. He has been described by those who knew him best as part Santa Claus and part Moses. Santa Claus, because he was a jolly old soul and had a twinkle in his eye and a hearty laugh. Moses, because he had a vision of the promised land, which he would describe as being in a county where Republicans were competitive with Democrats. He worked tirelessly, going to remote corners of Collin County, introducing candidates like our first recipient, Nathan White, to speak to the few open Republicans who were actually willing to talk about being a Republican with someone else. He fearlessly helped lead us to what would eventually become a red county. But he died just a few days before Judge White's election as our first Republican Collin County judge and our first Republican Collin County Commissioner's election, Chuck Frisk. He missed seeing the election successes in all county offices in just a few election cycles later. John McVeigh was one of the earliest and most dedicated Republicans here in the pre-1970 era. He was a delegate to state and national Republican conventions at a time when no one else wanted to be branded as a Republican. Most of us here tonight can't even imagine not being able to celebrate our love of embracing conservative ideals. So we owe him a debt of gratitude. John McVeigh was elected as a Justice of the Peace in Melissa, and when he told the then Democrat-led Commissioner's Court he was not allowed to conduct business as a Justice of the Peace because he was an out Republican. Can you even imagine that? So, like the rest of us in here who work hard to build this party, he called the press and he held JP Court under the trees with the media around him. Well, Republicans of Collin County overshot Judge McVeigh's vision of the county where conservatives could not only be represented, because, ladies and gentlemen, within 10 years of his death, all county-wide offices were held by Republicans, and only a few years later, all county elected officials at every level of government here were Republicans. We've got some great recipients on stage. Richard, we've got John Meyer, we've got Levita Seeley, we've got Fred Moses, Michael Watson, Bob Collins, Fred Nassari, and Sheriff Box. And the reason we're getting our picture taken over there is because we have the one and only Charlie O'Reilly sitting right over there, ladies and gentlemen. Friends, this is why we honor John McVeigh every year with a presentation to the outstanding Republican Party builder with the John McVeigh Award. Mr. Dotson?
Okay, let's see if we can find it.
We've got the pen.
Wait a minute. Yeah, we have the most important thing. We have the plaque, but we're prepared. Here we go. We found it. All right. Our recipient for the John McVeigh Award for 2024 signifies the dedication, leadership, and loyalty recognized by our Collin County Republican Party. Our recipient, upon moving to Collin County in 1985, joined the Connor Harrington Republican Women's Club. As the party grew and our population grew, she's become a member of the Republican Women of Greater Dallas. Serving as a board member, she has been recognized for her tremendous enthusiasm and dedication to our party. This year's recipient also served as a precinct chair from 1993 to 2000 and from 2012 to the present, working hard to get out to vote, block walking, hosting meet and greets, organizing fundraisers for many elected officials and candidates here tonight. Further, she fulfilled her duty and recruited new members to our party, teaching our party platform, and was a steadfast volunteer for Lincoln Day. She also attended numerous local and state conventions, including the Texas Republican Women's Convention, where she was elected District Director of the Senate District 8, where she proudly serves today. In addition to our recipients' participation in the Republican Party and upholding our values, she's also been a dedicated community volunteer, donated numerous times in her effort to protect abused and neglected children in Collin County, serving as Vice President of the Foster Friends Board, a member of the Children's Protective Services Board, and also initial organizer of CASA of Collin County, serving as a volunteer and board members. Finally, due to her strong work ethic, organization skills, and dedication, she has been appointed by two party chairmen as Secretary of the Collin County Republican Party, which she serves since 2021. Before her retirement, she served as a court reporter for several judges who join us tonight in celebrating her recognition. Now, I wish to summarize a description, the talent, by sharing certain lyrics of an outstanding song titled I Am Woman, which describes our recipient. Let me say this carefully. Here we go. Yes, I am wise, but it's wisdom born to pain. Yes, I have paid the price, but look how much I have gained. If I have to, I can do anything. I'm strong. I'm invincible. I'm a Republican woman. Hear me roar. Please join me in recognizing a young lady from Blooming Grove, Texas, for our 2024 recipient of the Honorable John McQuaid Award, Miss Sue Reeves. Miss Reeves, can you make your way up?
Let's keep those applause going. This is a decades-long public servant.
Ricky, a tremendous joy in my heart that we share this with you and be a member of our team. Presented to Sue Reeves. Let's get the light here.
Yeah, let's get it.
Okay.
There we go. Let's work together.
And outstanding service and recognition and dedication to our Collin County Republican Party, Sue Reeves.
Oh, thank you. Oh, my
And
goodness.
Nikki here.
Is it on? Thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What I will say is I love this party. I do. I really love this party. I love all of you, and I'm not like our amazing chairman that can hop up here and make an amazing speech just off the cuff. I don't do that very well. Or our senator who's about to follow. I'm not good at that, so this is probably not going to be something about like what they will present, but just know I am so very, very humbled. I am so, there's just so many deserving people in our party, and I am proud to join this long list of very deserving and leaders of our party for many, many years. So, but what I'll say is I love this party. Now, it hasn't always been quite like that. When my husband announced in 1985 that he would sell his medical practice in Dallas, I could quit my job at Dallas County, and we could move to McKinney, Texas. I thought my world had ended. And so people who know me then will tell you that I came under great protest. But it was the best move ever. Soon I was embroiled in politics here. I knew only a few people. Maydell Grubbs I knew, Dixie Clem I knew. So what do? You get into politics. So early, in 86 I guess, I was introduced to a young person from the sheriff's office who wanted to run for sheriff. Our sheriff had died tragically, and so this young man and Sheriff Box, I don't know if you're here, but if you remember that, we ran against the world. We did. So I thought, well, okay. So your very first meet and greet was in our home, yes, and we ran, and he won without a runoff at all. And didn't we run about half dozen people or something? A lot of people. And I don't think he ever had an opponent, so thank you, Sheriff Box, thank you. And then a few years after that, there was another hard campaign. A very good friend of mine in the sheriff's office said he wanted to run for Justice of the Peace. His name was Paul Raleigh. I'd known him in the courts. And I said, okay, fine, I'll run your campaign. Why not? Why don't we announce really early? Nobody will run against you. Well, they did. Like a dozen of them, a lot. So, but we ran that campaign, went into a runoff, and he won that election by 27 votes, and is still your Justice of the Peace. Yay, Paul. And not only that, we didn't just get a Justice of the Peace, I got a new family. So life is good. So what I want you to know is I love you all. I appreciate this so very much. And I'm happy to join this very elite group. And I'm going to cry. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, we turn it back over to you, John.
Welcome to Collin County, where the flame of conservatism burns bright. There's a critical mission at hand, a mission to preserve the very principles that make our community special. Welcome to the Collin County Republican Party's fundraising campaign, where your support is the key to safeguarding conservative ideals. We stand united in our commitment to the enduring values that have shaped our nation, a commitment to individual liberty, the importance of limited government, the protection of private property, the recognition of inalienable rights, and equality for every citizen. Now more than ever, we invite you to join us to contribute to the cause, to fundraise for the Collin County Republican Party. Your contribution fuels the engine of conservatism, ensuring that our principles endure. It's about standing up for the values that make our community strong and preserving them for generations to come. Your donation can be a powerful force for positive change. Contributions support our operational expenses and support our outreach initiatives. Whether you can make a one-time donation or become a sustaining monthly supporter, every contribution plays a crucial role in our shared mission. Join us as we work together to safeguard the bedrock principles that make our community exceptional. Fellow Republicans, let's stand united for the conservative principles that make our community exceptional. Contribute to the Collin County Republican Party today and be a guardian of our conservative ideals. The Collin County Republican Party, preserving conservative principles. Support us today.
So, ladies and gentlemen, now the fun really begins. We begin with our live auction, but just a reminder that after the live auction, 10 minutes after that, the silent auction ends. So if you want to get your last bids in, be sure and do that for the silent auction. We're now on to one of the most fun and lively portions of Lincoln Day dinner. We are so fortunate to have one of the most recognized and most awarded live auctioneers in America. Please welcome Master Auctioneer, award-winning Colonel Chuck Darling to the stage. And in addition to Chuck Darling, I need to introduce to you our live auction sponsor. You know, folks, when we talk about America's team, we all know who that is. Who is that? The Dallas Cowboys, right? Absolutely. Well, in law enforcement, when we talk about America's sheriff, we know we're talking about Collin County Sheriff Jim Skinner. And this evening, Jim Skinner is in the house. Sheriff Skinner has graciously donated incredible firearms from his own personal collection. And wait till you hear about these incredible guns. By the way, Jim, I want to thank you. You know, we had a few people outside, maybe some of you saw them, were trying to disrupt and not allowing some of you to get inside this dinner tonight. They wanted to disrupt being able to have our keynote speaker be able to arrive. But Jim Skinner and law enforcement in Collin County made sure that did not happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chuck Darling and Jim Skinner.
Well, Sheriff, we're back at this again.
Indeed we are. Let me start by, is this just the greatest master of ceremonies ever, John Myers? Well, before I begin, I want to thank all of you for allowing me the privilege to lead the brave men and women of the Collin County Sheriff's Office. They're amazing, selfless people, and I'm humbled that you give me the opportunity to work in the role that I do. Thank you all for being here tonight. We want to raise some money. We're going to do it in a fun way. You know, this year is a little unusual because, every year I take one of my weapons and we've auctioned those. And this year we've been approached by a small group of very gracious people who have produced some unbelievable pistols. And so we're going to go through and talk about those. And I hope you guys dig deep. And I hope you're the one going to be the one that takes some of these really cool firearms home. So, I think we're going to start with a Lancer L15. This is a extremely nice AR-15. And this thing has got an EOTech EXPS2 holographic sight with a G33 magnifier. It's got a surefire light on it. It's got the flip-up Troy combat sights. I mean, they don't come any finer than this. This is grade A, top of the line, AR-15. This particular AR-15 has never had a round through it. So, we're going to start with this one tonight.
All right, sir. That's good. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're glad to have each and every one of you tonight here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do this as a live auction. As an auctioneer, I look for a couple of different things. Number one, I look for you to raise your hand. I look for you to use your hand, yell, scream, point, do whatever you want to do. We've got some people around and through here. They're going to catch a few bids, but Sheriff's going to be up here too.
So we've got two Texas legends with us tonight. They're going to be calling bids from the floor and bringing you the firearm and showing it to you. Our first legend right here is Sheriff Terry Box, who served faithfully for over 3 decades as your sheriff here in Collin County. We love you, Sheriff Box. And then we got the Manster, Randy White, legendary Dallas Cowboy, Randy White.
I got Randy White as a bid spotter. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, as an auctioneer, I got Randy White as a bid spotter. That's going on my resume. I don't care what anybody says. I got the #1 bid spotter. Randy, why don't you come on up here, sir? I'm gonna ask you to come on up here in the front, sir. I'm sure you've done this before. I've never had bid spotters get love before they get up there. Yeah, okay, all right. Why don't we do this? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Randy, I'm gonna have you come over here to the front of the stage, if you don't mind, sir, right on here on the floor. So remember, what we're here to do tonight is we're here to raise money. Randy? All right. Randy, can you be loud? He can be loud? Can you be loud? Can you be loud?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. There you go. So if you hear somebody out there that wants to bid, Randy, all I want to hear from you is, yep. All right. So if he's getting your bid, you better make sure you pay. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The first item up for bid is going to be this beautiful gun. Let's go. Let's kick this thing off. I'm going to make it where everybody can play. Somebody give me $1,000. Let's go. I got 1,000 right there. Somebody give me 1,500. I need 1,500. I got 1,500 bid. Now 2,000. Now 2,500. Somebody give me 2,500 bid. I need 25. I got 2,500 bid. 25 now 3. I got 3,000. Got 3,000 now 3,500 bid. Now 35. Somebody give me 3,500 bid. I got 3,000 bid. Now 35. Now 3,500. I got 3,500 bid. Now 4. Somebody give me 4,000 bid. I got 4,000 bid. Now 4,500. Somebody give me 4,500 bid. Now 45. 4,500 bid. Now 45. I got 4,000 bid. Now 4,500 bid. Now 45. 4,000. I'm gonna make it easy. 4,100. Somebody show me 4,100 real quick. Thank you, sir. I got 41, now 42, now 43, sir. It's like tennis. We're back to your side of the court. 43, now 44, sir. 44. I got 44, now 45. 4,500 a bid, 45. I got 45, now 46. 4,600, I got 46, now 47. 4,700 a bid, now 47. We give me 4,700. 4,700 a bid, now 47. Now 4,700 a bid, now 47. Senator Cruz, I bet you haven't heard anybody talk that fast, have you? 47, I got 47, 48, 4,800, 48, 49, 4,900 a bid, now 49, we give me 49, 5,000 he gave me right into there, 5,000, 52, 52, 54, 5,400 a bid, give me 5,400 a bid, now 54, give me 5,400 a bid, now 54. No pressure, sir. 52, 54, 5,400, 5,400 a bid, now 54, 5,200 a bid, now going once, 5,200 a bid, not gonna go twice, all through, all done. Sold. 5,200 right there, sir. Thank you very, very much, sir. Thank you. 5,200. Sir, thank you for bidding as well.
All right, next up, we've got a fun lot to sell here.
You got to go here. This is the next one's going to pop up on the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's exactly right. I'm glad you're in charge.
Sheriff, you're in charge. I'm just playing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next item we got up for bids here. Believe it or not, I'm going to ask Miss Richardson. Miss Richardson, where are you at in the audience? Miss Richardson and her husband have actually donated this next package up and through here. This is going to be called an evening at the chateau. This is going to be dinner for 10 with wine pairing. They're going to have a chef that's going to come in and personally prepare this meal. They're also going to have a wine specialist that's also going to come in and pair each part of the meal all the way through it. to where it is going to be something that you will not forget. So if you have never been to their place, this is going to be a phenomenal event. 10 people. I already told them that if they only could find 9, I was willing to be number 10. I would sacrifice myself to be able to do that. All right, here she comes up and through here. I want to make sure you get to hear everything that's going to go on in this package. So, Miss Richardson, please come on to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give her a hand, Miss Richardson.
Howdy, Patriots. This is an amazing packed house. This is so wonderful to be with all of you tonight. Well, how many of you have been to our house before? Come on, I know we've had lots of events for lots of Republicans there. I know you've been there. Well, you know we got this little wine cellar, and my husband is quite a wine collector, and so we want to invite y'all to come to our home. We will have a chef and a professional sommelier there to talk about the tasting notes. It will be in the wine and dine room, and we will make it exceptional with china and silver and crystal and amazing. So please join us at our home. We'll make it worth your while. Thanks so much. God bless.
Thank you, Ms. Richardson. We appreciate it very much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be absolutely amazing to have this. 10 people. That means you and 9 of your best friends. If you don't have 9 best friends, look across the table at you. I bet you got 9 right in through there anywhere. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody give me $2,000 for this package. I need $2,000. I got $2,000 out of bid. Nope, no $2,000. Somebody give me $2,000 out of bid. I need $2,000. Will you give me $2,000? $2,000 out of bid, now 2. Give me $2,000 out of bid, now 2. Give me $2,000 out of bid, now 2. All right, we're going to do it in baby steps. Somebody give me $1,000 for this. You can charge $1,000. I got $1,000, now $1,100. I got $1,100, now 12. $1,200, I got 12, now 1,300 a bid, now 13. Sorry, I got 1,300 a bid, now 14. 1,400 a bid, now 14. Got 1,400 a bid, now 15. Now 15, now 16. 1,600 a bid, now 16. Somebody give me 1,600. 1,600 a bid, now 16. Give me 1,600 a bid, now 16. 1,600 a bid, now 17. 1,700 a bid, now 17. 1,700 a bid, now 18. Give me 1,800. I need 1,800 a bid, now 18. 1,800 a bid, now 18. Give me 1,800. 1,800 a bid, now 18. Give me 1,800. I got 1,800 a bid, now 19. 1,900. I got 1,900 a bid, now 2,000. Give me 2,000. Got 2,000. 2,100. I got 21, now 22. Somebody give me 2,200 a bid, now 22. Will you give me 2,200? 2,200 a bid, 2,200 a bid, now 23. Somebody give me 2,300. 23. I got 23 in the back. 24. 2,400 a bid, now 24. Will you give me 2,400? 24, now 25. 2,500 a bid, now 25. Will you give me 2,500? 2,500 a bid, now 25. I got 2,400 in the back. I need 25. 2,500 a bid, now 26. 2,600, 27. 2,700. Need 2,700 a bid, now 27. Will you give me 2,700 a bid, now 27. Need 2,700 a bid, now 27. Will you give me 2,700? 2,600 a bid, now 27. 2,700 a bid, now 27. Now 2,700. 2,600 a bid, now going once. 27, 28, 28, give me 28, give me 28, or 28, 29, give me 29. Don't let him take it out, sir. 29, give me 29, you got 2,900, 29, now 3,000. Somebody give me 3,000, I need 3,000 out of bid, give me one time, 3,000. Somebody give me 3,000, they got 2,900 out of bid, now 3,000. 3,000 out of bid, now 3, give me 3,000 out of bid, now 3, got 2,900 out of bid, now 3. 2,900 out of bid, now gonna go once. 3,000 right and through there, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to bump. 3,200. Somebody give me 32. I got 3 here in the front. Somebody give me 3,200. I got 3,000 out of bid, now 3,200. 3,200 out of bid, now 32. Give me 3,200 out of bid, now 32. 3,200 out of bid, now 32. 32, 34. 3,400. Need 3,400 out of bid, now 34. I got 3,200 out of bid right here, 34. Somebody show me 3,400. Give me 3,400 out of bid, now 34. 3,200 out of bid, now going to go once. 3,200 out of bid, now going to go twice. All through, all done. So 3,200 right there, sir. Thank you very, very much. 3,200. I'm doing baby steps. All right, let's go to the next one, sir. His and hers.
All right. All right, folks, this next lot is going to be a pair of pistols, his and her. And we have to thank Mike Rumfeld, who's a candidate for Constable, Precinct 4. He donated these guns, and they are absolutely beautiful. The first one is a Kimber 1911, the stainless ultra carry. So that's a 45 ACP 1911. And it's got all the bells and whistles, as you can see right here. It's got clear coat design on it, and it's a marvelous pistol. And then the her pistol is a SIG P365 XL. Dangerously beautiful, inscribed on the side of the pistol. And it also has a Holosun holographic sight on top. So, This is going to be a good catch.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here you go. So we got his and hers. So, gentlemen, if you did not get anything for Valentine's for your woman, why not buy her this? Well, I mean, maybe, but buy her this right and through here. This will be something that keeps on giving for a long time. So let's go. You're getting not one gun, you're getting two. Sir, you wanting to bid already? 1,000? I got 1,000 already. Somebody give me 1,500. I got 1,000, 1,500. I got 1,500 on the back. Somebody give me 2,000. I need 2,000 out of bid. Got 2,000. You got 2,000 over there. I got you 2,000, sir. 2,500. Somebody give me 2,500 a bid. Now 25. I got 2,000 out of bid. Now 2,500. Somebody give me 2,500 a bid. Now 25. Will you give me 2,500 a bid? Now 25. Now 2,500. 2,500 a bid. Now 25. I got 2,000 out of bid. Now 25. 2,500. 2,500 a bid. Now 25. 25. I got 2,500. I'm gonna make this easy. 3, 25, 26. 26, 27, 27, 28, 29, 29. I need 29, 20, 3,000. Need 3,000. I got 30,000, 3,100, sir. Give me 3,100. I got 30,000. Now 3,100. Give me 31, 32, sir. 32, 33. Give me 33, 34, 34, 35. Give me 3,500, sir. Give me 35, 35, 35. Give me 4,000 in the back, sir. Thank you. I got 4,000. We're in the big boys game now, sir. 4,000 back there. Give me 45. I got 45. 5,000. I got 5,000 back there in the back, sir. 5,500. 5,500. I got 5,000. Now 5,500. 5,000. 5,100. 5,100. I'm only going to do this for you. I ain't doing it for anybody else. 5,100 one time. 5,100 a bid. Now 51. I got 5,100. Oh, he said, no, you can't have it. 52. 53. How dare he bid on your guns? 53. Give me 53. 6,000. Whoa. Oh, we're in the big leagues now. 6,000. Oh, you want to give up already, huh? You sure? 6,000. 6,500. Anybody 6,500? 6,000 going once. 6,000 going twice. All through, all done. Sold. 6,000 in the back, sir. Thank you very much, sir, too. 6,000.
Yes, sir. And at 6,000, you got a good deal.
All right, next item, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be, we actually skipped one, Sheriff. We need the gun case. Let's do the gun case here real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a fabulous piece up and through here. This gun case is what we call a hidden gun case. And the reason why we call it a hidden gun case is that when you open this up, this right here, put it right here, this case pops open and you can hide your guns inside of here. You can hide 2 handguns or an AR-15 and a handgun in through here. But this is absolutely beautiful. It is actually on this stage up and through here, but I'm not gonna have them take it and move it around or anything like that. But this is the gun case you will get to take home with you. Fantastic piece to have. Ladies, if your husband has got a birthday coming up, you got an anniversary coming up, why not get something like this in through here to go? This would be just, this is any man's cave. I don't care who you go. Somebody give me 500 for this case. I'm gonna go 500. I got you right there, sir. 500, now 6, now 7. 700. Somebody give me 700 a bid. I need 700. Somebody give me 700 a bid, now 7. Somebody give me 700 a bid, now 7, now 700. I got 600 a bid, now 7. I got 700 a bid, now 8. Somebody give me 800. Somebody give me 800 a bid, now 8. Somebody give me 800. I got 700 a bid, now 8. Give me 800. 800 a bid, now 8. Give me 800 a bid, now 8. I need 800. 800 a bid, now 8. Give me 800. I got 800 a bid, now 9. 900 a bid. Somebody give me 900 a bid, now one time. Give me 900. 900 a bid, now 9. Give me 900. 900 a bid, now 9. Give me 900 a bid, now 9. I got 800 a bid, now 9. 800 a bid, now gonna go once. 800 a bid, now gonna go twice. All through, all done. Sold. 800 right there, sir. All right, thank you very, very much, ma'am. 800.
All right, we have Helga Minderhahn. She's an amazing woman. She showed up at the sheriff's office with this big, beautiful oak box. And when we opened it up, there was an 1847 Colt, Walker Colt, inside of this case. Along with it comes, of course, one of their presentation books, and so on and so forth. Let me tell you real quick about this. In 1835, Sam Colt developed the Colt Patterson, 36 caliber. It was revolutionary. Of course, you know, everybody that was fighting out in the Texas frontier, that was the gun to have. The problem is that it didn't knock them out of the saddle. So Sam Walker who was a Texas Ranger captain, went to Sam Colt up in New York and said, listen, I've got a design on a pistol I'd like you to consider. Sam Colt took it. The Texas Rangers had 1,000 of these pistols made. They had 5 companies, 100 men each, and they carried them on the pommel of their horses. So each Ranger had 2 pistols, and it was a game changer. Shortly after this happened, shortly after they ordered the pistols, what happened is that those troops were federalized for the war against Mexico. So they were then marked companies A, B, C, D, and E on different pistols. I think this is a company C pistol. But this is a limited edition. So in the 1950s, Colt decided what they would do is they would remake this gun. So it's not like a Uberti, reproduction or something like that. This gun is absolutely perfect to the nth degree of what the original Walker Colt 1847 44 caliber revolver looked like. So here we go. This is a great opportunity.
All right, Sheriff. Randy White, that looks like something you should be carrying, don't you think, sir? I said, that looks like something you should be carrying, don't you think so? Yep, all right. Randy White said he would carry it. How about it? Let's go. Somebody give me $1,000 for it real quick. I got 1,000, 1,500 out too. Give me 2,000 out of bid. Somebody give me 2,000. 2,000 right there. 2,500. Somebody give me 25. I got 3,000, sir. Thank you very much. 3,500 a bid. Now 35. Give me 3,500 a bid. Now 35. 3,500 a bid. Now 4. Give me 4,000 out of bid. I got 4,000 out. Now 4,500. 4,500 a bid. Now 45. Give me 4,500 a bid. Now you're getting an original, not a copy. 4,500. Give me 4,500 a bid. I got 4,500 right there. Thank you, sir. 4,500 a bid. Now 5. 5,000 a bid. Somebody give me 5,000. Need 5,000 out of bid. I got 4,500 a bid. Now 5. Somebody give me 5,000. 5,000 a bid. Now 5. I got 4,500 a bid. Now 5. Will you give me 5,000? 4,500 now 5. Give me 5,000 on a bid. Now 5. Give me 5,000. 4,500. 5,000. Thank you, sir. 5,000. 5,500, sir. Need 5,500. Give me 5,500 a bid. I need 5,500 a bid. 5,500 a bid. I got 5,000 up here now. 5,500. 5,000 on a bid. And I'm gonna go once. 5,000. 5,500. What is that? 52? Or is that 7,000? You better clarify that to the auctioneer. 52, okay, all right, I like the bigger number. 52, 55, 55, I got 55, 6,000. I got 6,000 right there. Sir, you wanna give me another number? I'm batting with 6,000 over here. You wanna give me 62? 62, I'm doing this just for you. 62 right and do there. 65, 65, 7,000 right there. Sir, we're back over on your side. 72, are you in the game? 72, 72, 75, 75. Uh-oh, 72, 70, this is how this game works. We go around through here, all right? 75, 7,500, 7,500 a bid, 7,500 a bid, 7,500. Your wife just grabbed your leg. I saw your eyes pop. 75, 8,000. Sir, 8,000. 75, I tell you what, just for you, 76. 76 right and through there. We're gonna work it. You're out, 76, 77. 77, let her drink some more. She'll be all right by the time the night's over with. You'll own all this shit. Oh, don't pardon my French. 77. 77, 78. 78, 79. 79, 8,000, 8,000. 82, 82, 82, 82, 84. I got 84. What's the next number? You ain't gonna have it? 84, 86. She really squeezing your leg, isn't she? 86, 86, 86, 86. 88, 88, 88. I'm gonna make it easy, 9,000 even. 9,000 even. 95. Let's go, 95. We're gonna close this out. Senator Cruz doesn't take this long to get a bill passed. 95, 95, give me 95. 95 right there. 10,000, sir, give me 10. 10, you need to drink now. All right, give him a drink. Somebody get him a drink. 10,000. We're going to go 10,000. I got 95 now. 10. Last, oh, you got Randy White coming to see you. I'm going to get more than 10,000 here in a minute. 10,000. Gonna go. I got 10,000 right there. 11. 11,000, sir. I got 10 now. 11. Will you give me 11,000? 10,000 gonna go 11. 10,500. You're gonna nickel and dime me. Now 11, sir. Now will you give me 11? You're getting love from the manster. That means 11 right there. 11,000. Where you gonna go? 11. 11,000. I'm at 10,500. I need 11. 10,700. Jesus Christ. 10,700. Now 11, sir. Jesus, 10-8. Is it this tight? 10-8, 10-9. 9, 11. 11. I got 11. You want to give me the next number? And don't tell me 1101 either, all right? You get disqualified for that. 11 going once. 11 going twice. 11-2. 11-5. 11-5. 11-5. You're up, sir. That's his. 11-5 going once, 11-5 going twice, all through, all done. So 11,500 right there, sir. Thank you, sir. 11-5.
Well, sir, you really do have something there. You could, if you looked, you could not find a pistol in that condition. So you really have got a treasure. And Helga, thank you, sweetheart. We really appreciate you. All right, next up, Chief Deputy Steve Asher with the Precinct 4 Constable's Office has donated the next pistol. Talking about guns that would be hard to find, this would certainly be one. It's a 25th anniversary FBI National Academy, which Steve is a graduate of. But this is a Sig Sauer P320 XC 9mm handgun. It's in mint condition, not a blemish or a scratch on it anywhere. Pretty remarkable. I wish I had it. So there we are.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to move this gun. This is if you have not looked at this gun, this is a beautiful gun. I don't say that often, but the high shine on this gun and everything is one that, yeah, you'll display this and through here. So let's go. We're going to sell this. I'm going to make it go. We're going to go quick. 1,000. Somebody give me 1,000. Got 1,000. 1,500. 1,500 now two. 2,000 out of bid now two. You need 2,000. Give me 2,000 out of bid now two. Somebody give me 2,000. I got 15. I got 2,000 now. 2,500. Sir, will you give me 2,500? 2,500 out of bid now three. Give me 3,000. I got 3,000 now. 3,500. Give me 3,500 out of bid now. 35. Will you give me 3,500 out of bid now? 35. Give me 3,500. I got 3,000 now. 3,500. Give me 3,500 out of bid now. 35. Will you give me 3,500? 30,000 now. 3,500. 3,000 out of bid now. 3,500 out of bid now. 35 now. 3,500. Is she squeezing your leg? There we go. 3,500, sir. I knew you were in there. 4,000, sir. I need 4,000. I got 3,500 a bid now. 4,000 out of bid. Somebody give me 4,000 out of bid now. Give me 4,000. I got 3,500 a bid now. 4,000 up. You want any of this action, sir? Sitting on the front row. I love you, man. Trust me. 4,000. You make my job so much easier. 4,000 out of bid. I'm going to go 4,000. I got 3,500 a bid now. Now 4,000 out of bid now. 3,500 a bid. Not going to go once. 3,500 a bid. Not going to go twice. All through, all done. So 3,500 right there, sir. Thank you very, very much. 3,500.
Well, you got a deal. That is fantastic. Mm-hmm. All right, last but not least, we want to thank our Plano Republican women's patrons, Cleo and Angelo Marchese. Let me tell you, because I wear one. Not this caliber. I wear a 1911, but my 1911 has a TR serial number. That stands for Texas Rangers. When they commission pistols and build them for the Rangers, they only build them for the Rangers. So they're very, very hard to come by. This pistol has a TR serial number. It's a Texas Rangers edition. This thing is in mint condition, new in the box. It's unfired. You want some Texas history? Here you go.
All right, as you heard it from the man right there himself, this is a special edition Texas Ranger. Comes with a challenge coin, everything like that. You're not finding these on the street anywhere. 1,500, $1,500 is my opening bid right through there. Give me $2,000. Will you give me $2,000 out of bid? I need $2,000 out of bid. Somebody give me $2,000. I'm not going to let this go cheap. $2,000, $2,500, $2,500, now $3,000, $3,000, now $3,500. Got $3,500 out of bid, now $4,000. I need $4,000. Somebody give me $4,000 out of bid. I got $4,000 out of bid, now I need to go for $4,000 out of bid. I'm not going to sell this cheap because these are hard to find. $4,000. Somebody give me $4,000. I got $3,500 a bid. I got $4,000 right there, ma'am. $4,500. I got $4,500 a bid. Now $5,000. I need $5,000. Somebody give me $5,000. I got $4,500. $5,000. You got $5,000 somewhere? Who's giving me a whistle? $5,000. $5,000 right there, sir. Thank you very much. $5,000. $5,500. $5,500 a bid. Now $55,000. Give me $55,000. Now $6,000. $6,000. I need $6,000 on a bid, sir. Give me $6,000. $6,000 on a bid. This will make it this will be beautiful addition to your gun collection. $6,000. $6,500. $6,500 a bid. $65,000. Now $7,000. $7,000 on a bid. Now, sir, give me $7,000. $7,000 on the bid now. I got $7,000 now. $7,500. $7,500 a bid now. $75,000. $7,500 a bid now. $75,000. Will you give me $7,500? $7,500 a bid now. $75,000. I got you at $7,000 now. $7,500. $7,500 a bid now. $75,000. Will you give me $7,500? $7,000 on the bid. Not gonna go once. $7,000 on the bid. Not gonna go twice. All through. All done. You sure you don't want none of this action? Sold. $7,000 right through there, sir. Thank you very, very much, sir. Thank you very much on that. $7,000.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well,
all right.
That's it for the pistols and
all
the
right.
rifle. Once again, you guys bring it home for the Collin County GOP.
We still got one more item.
I know you do.
One more special item here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I have been given a book. This book in through here is not just any book. This is one of the #1 sellers right now on the market. If you can find it, you better buy it, because there's a lot of great information in this book. This book is done by our special guest here tonight. Senator Ted Cruz is in the house. Let's give him a hand. He actually brought this book tonight, and he said, you know what, Chuck? If you sell this book tonight, I will sign this book tonight, and I will personalize it to the winner of this book tonight. So I'm gonna let you know, finding this book is hard, but finding a signed copy is even harder. So you will actually get this book signed by Senator Cruz, and you'll be taking it home with you tonight. So let's sell this book in through here tonight. Let's get Senator Cruz to sign it. You're gonna have a memory piece that will last a lifetime. Who wants the book? Somebody give me $500. I got $500 in the back. Somebody give me $6,000. I got $500 now, $6,000. I got $2,000. Thank you very much. I got $2,000 in the front. $2,500. You got $2,500. Who give me $25,000? I got $25,000 now. $3,000. Give me $3,000 out of bid. I need $3,000. Give me $3,000. I got $3,000 right there. Now $3,500. Somebody give me $3,500. I got $3,000 now. $3,500 a bid. Now $35,000. I got $3,000 out of bid. Now $3,500. Who give me $3,500 a bid? Now $35,000. Now $3,500 a bid. Now $35,000. I got $3,000 out of bid. Now $3,500. $3,000 out of bid. Now $3,500 a bid. Now $35,000. $35,000. I got $35,000 now. I tell you what, we'll do baby steps. $36,000. Somebody give me $3,600. $3,600 a bid now. $36,000. Somebody give me $3,600. $3,600 a bid now. $36,000. I got $3,500 a bid now. $36,000. $3,500 a bid now. $36,000. $3,500 a bid not gonna go once. $3,500 a bid not gonna go twice. All through, all done. Sold. $3,500 right here in the very front. Thank you very, very much. Tell you what, I got. You know what? I got $3,500 right here. Who will give me another $3,500? Anybody in here want to give me one more time? $3,500. Reason why is I begged, borrowed, and still and asked Senator Cruz if he would sign a second book. And if he will do that, yep. Ta-da! It's like magic. $3,500. Somebody give me $35,000 real quick, and we're going to move it on. $3,500 one more time. $3,500 a bit. Somebody give me $3,500. Right there, ma'am. Sold. $3,500. You got it, ma'am. Thank you. Table 37. Thank you very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that was the end of the live auction.
Congratulations.
Sheriff, thank you as always. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so very, very much for everything that you did. Silent auction closes in 10 minutes. Enjoy yourself, and let's do this in 2024. Thank you.
And for the record, I still like that image of Senator Cruz with that 1847 stuck in his britches up walking up there and doing what Ted Cruz does. So, all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about one more big round of applause for Master Auctioneer Chuck Darling and Sheriff Jim Skinner. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the actual real highlight of Lincoln Day 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, over many years, Byron Henry has been a tremendous supporter of the Collin County Republican Party. Currently, Byron serves as an officer of the Republican Party as our legal counsel, and if that weren't enough, he is a precinct chair and serves as chairman of the Rules Committee for the party. Byron, we thank you for all you do for the Collin County Republican Party. Tonight, introducing our keynote speaker, please welcome Byron Henry.
What a night for Republicans in Collin County. First off, I'd like to again thank all the donors, volunteers, John Myers, Deanna Kirkendall, and my friend Michael Wasaki for all they do to make this night happen, including securing our wonderful speaker. Let's give them a hand. I feel comfortable up here. As an appellate lawyer, you got to grab the podium. Only let go if it's really important. It is indeed an honor and pleasure to introduce tonight's speaker, and it's also a bit intimidating if you know him or have had the pleasure to hear him speak before. But at least I don't have to follow him. When thinking about this, I thought about how to make it relatable, maybe think of some things we have in common. Surprisingly, there are some. Not many, but a few. Our speaker and I were born in the same year, so we're both the same age. He has 2 daughters. I have a daughter and a granddaughter. He lives in Houston. My daughter lives in Houston. We're both appellate lawyers by profession. Then I was looking through some old photos, and I noticed we had something else in common. Once upon a time, we were both young and clean-shaven. Now we both have a beard. But he took an interesting style detour that unfortunately I couldn't follow. But then he righted the ship and got back to the business of representing Texans. Lastly, I hear we share the same taste in vacation spots. All joking aside, the senator's resume is impressive and well known. I'll mention a few highlights. He has a Harvard Law degree. He was a law clerk for the Chief Justice of the United States, William Rehnquist. He worked as a successful appellate lawyer at a prominent law firm. He was the Solicitor General of Texas. Then he was elected United States Senator from Texas in 2012. He was reelected again in 2018. He is also the author of a number of books, including A Time for Truth, and his most recent bestseller that you just saw sell for more than the price of gold, Unwoke: How to Defeat Cultural Marxism in America. In it, our speaker methodically explains how the disease of Marxism has infected American institutions and our culture, and then he prescribes the strong medicine necessary to rid America of this plague. Any one of these accomplishments would be extraordinary, but our speaker tonight lists those among countless others. He left his successful law practice to enter the arena to fight for conservative Republican values, and then he went to Washington, not to bend the machinery of government to conservative causes, but to cripple the machine so that it could never be used by any party to trample on Americans' God-given rights. When I first became involved in politics, I was intrigued by the practice of sending proxies or representatives to attend forums and events when candidates or office holders weren't available. What was really amazing were not the times the proxy would simply say who they represent or recite a brief statement on behalf of the office holder, but when they would actually engage attendees and answer questions on the candidate's behalf. I thought about how much trust the candidate or office holder must have to allow someone to speak for them. The level of trust required to allow those to answer questions and speak extemporaneously on important issues, often in a less than friendly environment. I have seen our speaker in extremely hostile environments advocate for his clients, for the state of Texas, and for 30+ million Texans in the United States Senate. And when pressed, I cannot think of one person in the world that I would trust more than him to speak for me and for all Texans. That is why I'm proud to introduce a real conservative hero, a man devoted to the United States Constitution, and a true defender of liberty, our United States Senator from the great state of Texas, Ted Cruz.
God bless the great state of Texas. Byron, thank you so very much. John, thank you so very much. God bless Collin County. And I got to say, Sheriff Skinner, you know, watching that live auction, I'm really glad I'm here in Collin County at a Republican dinner. Because if we were in Travis County at a Democrat dinner, they'd be auctioning off comfort pillows and ballerina tutus, and that's just for the men. You know, Keith Self and Pat Fallon and I, just a few days ago, we were up in Washington, D.C., so it is great to be back in America. It is great to be in a room full of patriots who are dedicated to defending the great state of Texas and dedicated to defending the United States of America. And I got to say, with this arsenal here, I know where I want to be if the zombies come. Look, I want to tell y'all a couple of things tonight. I want to start by pointing out that America is in crisis. Look, we know this. What's happening right now, this is not normal. The President of the United States, the Department of Justice argued it just recently, is not competent to stand trial. This is the man that has the nuclear football. But fear not, he's backed up by Kamala Harris. So we are safe. You know, I think back to 12 years ago. 12 years ago when the people of Texas gave me the incredible privilege of representing this state in the Senate. And when I went to Washington, at the time there was still such a thing as moderate Democrats. They actually existed. When I got there was one self-described socialist in the U.S. Senate, Bernie Sanders. Crazy Uncle Bernie. White hair sticking straight up. By the way, would it kill the guy to comb his hair? I mean, look, he's a socialist. He could just take your comb. But all the other Democrats, they're like, no, 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 no. We're not socialists. Not us. We're different. They're all socialists now. For the last 3 years, Bernie Sanders was the chairman of the Senate Budget Committee, and the top priority of every Democrat was passing Bernie Sanders' socialist budget. Look, this is not anymore a battle between left and right, between Democrat and Republican. This is a battle between crazy and sanity. Because these people are bat crap crazy. By the way, that's a technical medical definition. If you look at a medical dictionary, it's under B for bat. Look, it has gone so far off the reservation. 5 years ago, if I'd have told you, Democrats want to abolish the police, you'd have said, come on now, come on, that's ridiculous. What blithering idiot wants to abolish the police? That would be today's Democrat Party. And by the way, they don't just want to do it. They have done it. New York City cut over $1 billion from the NYPD. Minneapolis slashed the police budget. Portland slashed the police budget. Austin, Texas cut over $150 million from the police budget. You want to understand how bad it is? Think just a couple of weeks ago, where you had a group of 6 illegal aliens in New York City that beat up 2 New York police officers. They were arrested and promptly released from jail with no bail. And as they walked out with both hands, they flipped the bird at all of America. You want to know what the election in 2024 is about? That picture sums up the Biden Democrat agenda. Look, this is crazy town. Everything the Biden White House has done has been a train wreck. That's actually impressive. It's hard to get everything wrong. I mean, just by accident, they'd get something right. If they threw darts at a wall, they'd stumble on something right. Inflation out of control. Cost of food skyrocketing. Cost of rent. Cost of electricity. Cost of health care. Cost of lumber. Cost of mortgages. Cost of gasoline. Heck, it's so bad Hunter Biden can't afford crack cocaine. That's okay. They leave baggies of it all over the White House. Look, it's so bad, Eric Swalwell can't afford Chinese dinners. It's so bad, Fatty Willis can't afford to pay her boyfriend. What in the hell is going on there? Did any of y'all watch that testimony? That's crazy town. You look at this party. Look, we have a party that right now cannot figure out the answer to the question, what is a woman? That didn't used to be a trick question. Like, for all of humanity, go back thousands of years, find cavemen dragging elephants in for dinner. You ask them, sir, do you know what a woman is? Yep. For all of humanity, we have a Supreme Court justice. Damned if I know. Never seen one of them. And look, one of the things to understand, they know what they're saying is nonsense. They don't believe this stuff. Look, they know. I guarantee you Joe Biden knows what a woman is. I can prove it to you. I can prove it to you right now. Joe Biden only sniffs the hair of girls. All right, Keith, back me up on this. In Washington, have you ever once seen Joe Biden come up and sniff Chuck Schumer's hair? He can figure it out. He knows. And you know what? I'm even more confident. Bill Clinton knows what a woman is. I have absolute certainty on that front. Look, this is loony town. And you look at what's happening to our country. You look at the assault on our liberty. You look at the assault on the rule of law. You look at what's happening on our southern border. And let me tell you, on our southern border, everyone here knows how bad it is, but if you haven't been down there, if you have not seen it with your own eyes, I'm here to tell you, as bad as you think it is much, much worse. I spend a lot of time on the southern border. I go down there a lot. I bring a lot of senators down to the border so they can see firsthand what's happening. One of the last times I was down there, a reporter asked me, said, well, aren't the policies of the Democrats on immigration much more humane and much more compassionate? I just started laughing. I said, you know who doesn't believe that anymore? Democrats. And I asked the reporter, I said, where is Joe Biden? Where's Kamala Harris? Where is even a single Democrat senator? Where is even a single Democrat congressman? And they're not there because you cannot see the human suffering and misery that this open border has caused and defend it. 9.6 million illegal immigrants have come into this country since Joe Biden has become president. Some of y'all may have seen last year, Alejandro Mayorkas was testifying in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee. And I very gently questioned him. And I asked him, I said, Mr. Secretary, last year, how many migrants died crossing illegally into this country? He said, I don't know, I have no idea. I said, of course you don't. Well, from your own department, the statistics are 853. And when you've done like I have, when you go down to South Texas and farmers and ranchers show you photograph after photograph of dead bodies they're finding on their farms and ranches, it's almost 3 a day. Elderly people, pregnant women, toddlers, babies, abandoned to die. I asked him, I said, how many children were brutalized last year by human traffickers? He said, I have no idea. Of course you don't. How many women were violently sexually assaulted? He said, I don't know. I asked him about the more than 100,000 people who died last year of drug overdoses. Highest number in the history of our country. Nearly double the number of Americans who died in the entire Vietnam War. Pause and reflect on that. Just over 60,000 Americans died in all of Vietnam. Last year, we lost over 100,000 Americans to drug overdoses, 70% of which was Chinese fentanyl flooding across our southern border. And look, for any lawyers in this room, you know when you're cross-examining someone, you never ask a question you don't know the answer to. There was one question I asked where his answer truly astonished me. I put up a poster board with a picture of colored wristbands. And I said, tell me what these colored wristbands are. And he looked at me and said, I have no idea. I've never seen them before in my life. And I was genuinely flabbergasted. I said, Mr. Secretary, you have just told the American people you were utterly incompetent at your job. And you don't give a damn enough even to pretend to try. Because those colored wristbands are worn by just about every single illegal immigrant who comes into this country. The colors correspond to how many thousands of dollars they owe the cartels. Typical going rate, to come illegally into this country is between $3,000 and $12,000. Or some people, Chinese nationals, can pay upwards of $50,000. The colors show how much they owe. You got to understand, the cartels do not look at these people as human beings. They don't even look at them as cattle. They look at them as cargo. These are like RFID tags showing the value of each piece of cargo. And if you stand on the shores of the Rio Grande River in the grass, you will see hundreds or even thousands of these colored wristbands. So when Mayorkas said he didn't know what they are, what he's saying is he's never stood on the shore, he's never bothered to ask the Border Patrol agents what they're dealing with. And understand that when people cross, look, when you go out on midnight patrol, you're not actually looking for illegal immigrants. They find you. Within minutes when you go out, they find you and they affirmatively turn themselves into you. Because they know under Joe Biden they get to stay. And understand that right now when they turn themselves in, the Biden administration is putting them on planes and putting them on buses and sending them to every single city in America. You may think in Collin County you don't live in a border town. You're wrong. Because Joe Biden is sending illegal immigrants to Collin County. And he's sending illegal immigrants to every city in America. And you get teenage boys who show up there, they owe thousands of dollars to the cartels. And they're working for the cartels to pay off that money, and they have to pay it off. Because if they don't pay it off, the cartels will murder their families. And so they're committing crimes in every city in America. They're breaking into cars, they're robbing homes, they're carjacking people, they're robbing people on the street, they're murdering people. I guarantee you those guys that beat up the 2 New York cops were working for the cartels. Because every city in America is a border town right now. And I'll tell you, as bad as the teenage boys have it, the teenage girls have it worse. Thousands upon thousands of teenage girls right now are trapped in sex slavery, where they come and the only way they can pay off the money they owe the cartels is be put into forced prostitution. Typically, it takes between 5 and 8 years to pay off the debt those girls owe to the cartels. I look at those colored wristbands and I see modern-day leg irons. This is evil. This is slavery. This is why our country's in crisis. But I'm here also with good news. I'm here with a word of encouragement. Now, some of y'all may be thinking, Ted, if you're here with a word of encouragement, you really suck at this. But I told you I had 2 points I wanted to make tonight. And here's my second. Texas will lead the way to turn this country around. Every day I say thank God for the great state of Texas. I want to ask you something. Think about for a minute where the country would be without Texas and without Florida. Think back to the COVID lockdowns. These idiots would still be locked down if it wasn't for Texas and Florida. Where we said, all right, very quickly we said, all right, enough of this. We're going to protect people who are sick, who are elderly, who are vulnerable, but we're going back to work. We're going back to church. Our kids are going back to school. And you saw the national media basically rooting for, I hope they all die. And we turned this country around. Although I got to say, in the U.S. Senate, there's still Democrat senators walking around wearing masks. It's the craziest thing. And I go up, I tell them, hey, the mask is great. I just got to tell you, it's not working. I can still hear you. And you know, look, I flew up on Southwest Airlines this afternoon from Houston up here. And I'll tell you, at the airport, you go to the airport and you still see people walking around with masks. And I'm actually grateful for it. It's like an alert. It's like, oh, you a crazy person. All right, thank you for telling me that. I'm just going to give you a wide berth. I'll make no sudden movements. And by the way, look, much like What is a Woman, everyone knew this was nonsense when it was happening. You remember the rules in restaurants? All right, the rules in restaurants. When you walk into a restaurant, you must wear your mask. Why? Because of science. Until you sit down. At which time you can take your mask off and slobber and spit into the air. Why? Because of science. And actually, I got a theory that explains all of this, which is the COVID vaccine, or the COVID virus, rather, reacts to altitude. So at 6 feet, it is deadly. Run, hide. At 3 feet, it is harmless, and it is a tonic for arthritis. By the way, that's why Fauci's safe. He's only 5 feet tall. But everyone knew this was nonsense. And Texas has a responsibility to lead the way. You know, when I was first elected to the Senate 12 years ago, there were 26 million Texans. Today, there are more than 30 million Texans. For more than a decade, we've had over 1,000 people a day coming to the state of Texas. There's a great satirical article in the Babylon Bee. It says, Texas is building a wall on our southern border, consisting of nothing but discarded one-way U-Haul trucks from California. But people are coming here because this is where the jobs are. Look, my number one priority in the Senate is jobs, jobs, jobs. Because Texans want jobs. We want more jobs. We want higher wages. We want better opportunities for our kids and our grandkids. We want freedom. We want government off the back of our neck. We want free speech. We want religious liberty. We damn sure want the Second Amendment. And we want security. We want to know that our families are safe. We want to be protected. That means in the great state of Texas, we support the men and women of law enforcement. And I want to thank everyone here. I'm grateful for you. Because the role you are playing, I look out and I see the people who, without hyperbole, I believe will save America. Look, we should feel fortunate. We're living at a time where the battle in politics is not over little stuff. Where's Bob Hall? Bob? I can't find Bob. Where's Bob? All right. Look, we're not fighting over small stuff. We're not fighting over whether the top marginal tax rate is 36% or 38%. That matters. But the fate of the universe is not going to turn on that question. We are fighting over whether America remains a free enterprise nation or whether we go off the cliff to socialism and communism. We are fighting over whether we preserve the rule of law and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights or whether we give up freedom for our children and grandchildren. That's a fight worth fighting. And I'll tell you, in 2024, we've got a battle that matters. Number one, in November America is going to re-elect Donald J. Trump as President of the United States. You know, I got to say, as I'm here at the Southfork Ranch, I finally have an answer to that great philosophical and metaphysical question. Who shot JR? And I know the answer. The answer is Hillary Clinton. And I want to say right now, in some unsolicited advice to President Trump, look, the left is losing its mind, the Democrats are losing their mind, the media are losing their mind because they're so terrified that he's going to be reelected. And I want to say, Mr. President, if you get a call from Hillary Clinton asking for a late night meeting, say no! Look, as one of my colleagues on Judiciary, John Kennedy, said, in a hearing, he leaned forward into the mic and he said, Christmas tree ornaments and Jeffrey Epstein, two things you know didn't hang themselves. I was sitting 6 feet away from John when he said that. I'm like, did you really say that in a live hearing? But look, they are losing their minds because they recognize the American people want to change the path we're on. And I'll tell you also in Texas, look, we got to understand the left has put a bullseye on the state of Texas. Look, as y'all know, I'm running for re-election. And I'll tell you, the Democrats, it's not rocket science. If you are a left-wing Democrat after Donald Trump, there ain't nobody in the country you want to beat more than me. You look at my last re-election in 2018. It was at the time, it was the most expensive Senate race in U.S. history. I was outraised and I was outspent 3-1. The Democrats flooded cash into the state of Texas, and they more than doubled Democrat turnout. They drove Democrat turnout from 1.8 million all the way up to 4 million. We saw that. We leaned in aggressively. And we drove Republican turnout from 2.8 million up to 4.2 million. But I won by 0.2. I won by 200,000 votes out of more than 8 million votes cast. 2.6%. And listen, Collin County is an incredible place. And it's easy to think that Collin County is bright red and will stay bright red forever. I'll tell you, in 2012, when I was first elected, I won Collin County by nearly 30 points. In 2018, I won Collin County 52-48. This is a fight. And it's not just a fight in big blue cities. It's a fight in the heartland of Texas like Collin County. So I want to encourage everyone here. Look, this is a room of patriots and this is a room of workers who put action behind your beliefs. I want to ask every one of you, sign up and volunteer. Look, we are working to build a grassroots army. I want to ask every one of you to go to our website, tedcruz.org. tedcruz.org, tedcruz.org. Go to our website. What is it? Go to our website and make a contribution. Because the Democrats are going to spend more than $100 million trying to flip Texas this time. A couple of weeks ago, news just broke that last year, George Soros spent over $4 million in Texas last year. Most he's ever spent. They put a bullseye on Texas because they recognize if they flip Texas, the country's lost. I told you Texas will lead the way. They get that too. If they take us out, we lose America. Damn straight. And the third thing I want to ask you to do is something you're doing already, but I want you to redouble your efforts, which is use your voice to speak out. Speak out to your friends and your family and your neighbors and your coworkers. I guarantee you there are people you know who are sitting in the pew next to you at church who are not showing up to vote. I sat down this week, the very successful oil and gas man in North Texas, from East Texas originally, very conservative. One of the first things he said as we sat down, he said, "I've never voted in my life." I promise you, every one of you know people just like that. Your voices matter. Look, some of y'all know that every week I do a podcast. Podcast is called Verdict with Ted Cruz. We do it 3 days a week. We have just under 1 million unique listeners. When we launched the podcast, it became the #1 ranked podcast in the world. Every week we beat CNN. All right, I want to ask everyone here to do something. Pull out your cell phone right now. Pull out your cell phone and text the word verdict to 24005. Let me give that to you again. It's 24005. Text the word verdict. What you'll get back is a link to subscribe to the podcast. Now, many of y'all know my dad, Pastor Rafael Cruz. My dad's been my hero my whole life. He's 84 years old. He has the energy of a teenager. But my dad told me, he said, if you ask people to subscribe, he said, people of my generation think of a magazine subscription, they think you're going to charge them. So he said, you got to tell them it's free. So it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. But the reason I do the podcast, and look, it takes a lot of time. I mean, I do the podcast a lot of nights where I'll put in a 15-hour day. I'll get home at 11 o'clock at night or midnight, and I'll sit down and do the podcast for the next morning and go to bed at 1:30 in the morning. But why do I do it? Because the whole purpose of it is to equip you, to give you information, to give you tools that when you're standing at the water cooler with your coworkers, when you're talking to your next door neighbor, when you're talking to your crazy uncle, that you have the facts to say, hey, did you know about this? Did you know about that? This is designed to give you the tools to be warriors for liberty. And I want to encourage you as your warriors to be happy warriors. You ever notice the left is so unhappy? They're shrill. How many radical leftists does it take to screw in a light bulb? That's not funny! You know, I once asked that question at a gathering. Guy in the back called out. He said, well, how many does it take? And I said, actually, nobody knows. Because that would require work. And not a light bulb among them. Look, we can be joyful. Listen, think about it. If you had to be a leftist, if you had to sell socialism, if you had to sell government control of everything you think, of everything you believe, of everything you worship, of everything you do, you'd be unhappy too. There's a power to joy. You know, oddly enough, online, there's a very strange meme. It's a picture of me. And it says, "This man ate my son." So I saw it. I retweeted it. I said, he was delicious. And leftists can't handle it. They stamp their little feet. No, you can't laugh. Oh, yes, we can. And you know, part of why we can laugh. The book of Proverbs tells us, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. And I'll tell you, I believe morning is coming. I believe in America, and I believe Texas is going to be the one to lead America back. Listen, sometimes things have to get really bad before they turn around. You know, some of us here are old enough to remember the 1970s. Well, none of the women. But some of the men are old enough to remember the 1970s. Look, under Jimmy Carter, things were terrible. Stagflation, gas lines, our hostages in Iran, but it took Jimmy Carter to give us Ronald Reagan. And so I want to close the way I opened by just encouraging you to be happy warriors, to point out freedom works. And let me tell you, this is a battle worth fighting. Free enterprise is worth defending. Parents are worth defending. Liberty is worth defending. The Constitution is worth defending. The Bill of Rights is worth defending. Texas is worth defending. And America is worth defending. God bless you and thank you.
Fellow Republicans, hello. I'm real glad to be able to talk to you folks today about the coming election. I'm sure we all agree on our candidate. Couldn't have a better one. But now we've got to make sure that he gets elected. Now, you know, elections are funny things. You look at the total vote, it doesn't mean much. But when you take all of the individual people that it takes to make up that vote, it comes home to you. It's like that bay out there. It's a pretty big body of water, but it's just a lot of drops put together. And that's what an election is. So besides voting ourselves, if each one of us will see to it that the whole Republican vote gets to the polls, we can win. Now, in the last several elections, we Republicans have made a pretty good showing by doing just that. Now, 2 years ago, we made a successful film explaining our time-proven method for getting out the vote. And the man who was one of our hardest precinct workers will show you how the Republican Victory Squad, as we call it, works. My good friend, Ronald Reagan.
Now, this is a Victory Squad headquarters, one of many that are in operation throughout the county. It doesn't look like much at the moment. What it needs is people, you and me. The people who volunteer for the Victory Squad go out on election day and ask each and every registered Republican to go to the polls and vote. Months before the election, other volunteers prepare special lists of every single registered Republican in the county so that the work of the Victory Squad can go off without a hitch. The most modern equipment and skilled personnel are used. All the really hard, tedious work is done ahead of time so that you can go out to the precincts, meet the people, Republicans who think and believe as you do, and get them down to vote, down to the polls where every ballot counts. In 1960, Nixon lost to Kennedy by 118,000 votes in the entire country. And there were 15 million registered Republicans who stayed home from the polls that day. The Democrats did it. They got their people out and to the polls. Well, let's take a leaf from their book. This person-to-person contact is what counts in elections. It's been proved since the ballot box was invented. It made the difference in the 1960 presidential election. It's still true today. With all the TV campaigning, the mass meetings, the newspaper advertising, the electioneering gimmicks, there is no substitute for down-to-earth, house-to-house, person-to-person contact.
Well, there you have it. Now it's up to us. If you'll sign up for the Victory Squad, you'll be contacted for what I hope is an exciting and rewarding job. See you on Election Day.
Ladies and gentlemen, on your table, there is a fantastic centerpiece with all types of candy and goodies on there. If you would like to take that home with you, all we would ask is you simply go online to collincountygop.org. It's the honor system, and give us a $50 donation, and you can take that home with you tonight. How about that? Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Collin County Republican Party, we thank you for attending our 56th annual Lincoln Day dinner. Thank you, good night, and have a safe trip home. Take care.